Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Zara Bazak. So this time I've come because I feel some Muslims, I don't know who they are, whether they are Shia, Sunni, both, coming here. What a rowdy, what a terrible, awful behavior of theirs. And this is too awful for me. I cannot believe it. No regard for someone's care, concern. Now, if this person who came in my previous live stream is a Shia, then okay, I don't know, but if he is, then I have an answer for him. If you want to prove, if somehow they want to prove that, I'm my patience against what Ahl Bayt's patience was in Karbala, especially. So this came out, the thought that I should talk about this, and I will. Just a minute, please. No, it's okay. I'll get up later on to get something, and my tea is finished. Okay. So sorry about this. It's Ramadan for some Muslims. I cannot fathom such behavior from from some Muslims here. The boys, the men who come here. This is too much for me. I'm sorry. It's so aggravating. I felt my whole body's fibers were pulled apart. It's too much for me. And now, thinking in Karachi also, thinking about those who have been, poverty stricken. Couldn't help them if I went now in my depression or separated. My feet were taken off the ground a long time ago in my teens. I never could gather myself or put my feet on the ground anymore. Shocks came to me, and then it was most of my life depression, a very restless depression. I had rumors coming against me during my beginning years of separation, depression separation with my teacher. And I was so shocked, like someone is suffering and they have false accusations coming on them. I didn't realize in Pakistan also there are some very malicious people, Muslims, who can do this. Spread false rumors when the person is suffering, and even is struggling to go to school, change of school, everything. It was a major change from Karachi American School to local Karachi schools. There are people who suffer, endure more. But if you think Ahl Bayt suffered and endured more, I don't believe in that. Because there are ayats against that where Allah has asked the believers to deface the faces. If we will deface the faces, but that would mean that, the believers can do this also. Now, M16, madam, sir, whoever you are, has come here again and again. Hello, all love, peace and blessings to you, madam. Thank you, M16. This time you didn't say inshallah or something like this. I gather you have left Islam. You are out of Islam completely. Like I said, like I showed you Aale Imran verses 86 to 87, if you leave this religion, then the curse of Allah, the angels, and the men altogether are on those who leave this religion, Islam. So again, I don't know where you're coming from. I wish you peace and blessings and the best. And your family members, and your country, and your people, and your friends, and your acquaintances. And this is because I care for the people. I couldn't reach out to every person out there. I was just searching Indian social workers, seeing that we live we can afford a very comfortable life, or, working, even those who are working. But here it's peace and safety and big cars and all this, and lots of money. So, thinking of some people outside who don't have money, who are orphans even, and those who don't have money, who don't have, in that poverty-stricken places they live. You are doing a wonderful job, again, mashallah, as a seeker of truth. Really, thank you so much. This is a wonder for me. I am not a public speaker. I'm not wonderful, but I don't know how, but this is going with the help of some true God. And what little I have, I give out and share. So this is my thing. But thank you. This is over too much for me, the compliments you're giving me here, although there are hardly anyone following me or listening to me. I get all these rowdy Muslims coming here. As a truth seeker, well, this we didn't have the privilege, not that I knew about it when I was a Shia, that we had this privilege of being a truth seeker and sharing. So, okay. And I'm slow, as you can see. I'm not prepared for this. My nights have turned into days, and I don't know where I am. Sometimes it's very difficult. It's a struggle. So I'm trying my best. But wonderful job. I wish I was doing a wonderful job, but I'm not. I'm not prepared for this. So we're discovering together, if I get civilized, understanding people, it really helps in my health condition too, both mentally and physically. So again, you're saying mashallah, but M16, again, to remind you that in Islam, it's out of Islam, so please don't show me that you are Muslim. And because you are a Muslim, you can send me all love and peace and blessings. That's not the case in Islam. You need to understand what's true Islam, and what maybe in Shia Islam they kept away from you. Like like I was kept away from the truth, that if you want to leave this religion, then what is the apostasy law in Shia Islam? Instead of heavily relying on Imam Hussein and Azadaris and all this, you must do your research about this, the truth about Shia Islam. Right? So this also, I showed you the verses. If you're saying mashallah, then I would like to know if you can answer me More than what these compliments, you know what would help me? Is that you would answer me. When I ask you a question here, which Islam are you coming from? It would be really helpful for me to get an answer. Jawaria bint Harith. This was, I was showing that man earlier, that Prophet Muhammad, this Prophet Muhammad, we don't know, as I took you step by step to come to this history of Hudaybiyah, Treaty of Hudaybiyah and all this, that Abu Sufyan, we could have given the benefit of the doubt, but no Shia religious scholar ever gave the benefit of the doubt to Abu Sufyan, when there is history written, recorded that he was not aware of this treaty's pact being broken by one of his Quraysh tribes. But the Shias did not give Abu Sufyan the benefit of the doubt. I hope that my voice is clear because my mic has gone weird. Okay. Trying to get a new mic here. Okay, here they didn't consider these things. They didn't consider Ibn Ishaq, the Shias. They don't consider the ayats of Surah Hashr. They didn't consider the ayats of Surah Tawbah, where even those who have not broken the treaty, they must be killed. Right? So, and the other ayats against Aale Kitab, before we deface your faces, obliterate your faces. God says that, but the Muslims can do this, since there's an ayat which says they did not kill, Allah killed. They did not throw, he did not throw, meaning Prophet Muhammad did not throw. According to the Muslims, so that but Allah threw. So there are ayats like this, and what else am I missing? So I found out that Prophet Muhammad, you cannot connect this Prophet Muhammad that we believe and his family members may not be the true prophet. And it's all a made up thing, because the Quran ayats have only 4 times mentioned Muhammad, and we don't know his background, we don't know anything about this Muhammad. Right? So you need to rethink about Islam and rethink history, Islamic history. And these Ahlul Bayt, which have come from the family of this Muhammad, may not have been the true family of Muhammad, the true family of the true prophet, or whoever calls himself a prophet. And there may be other prophets that may come. He may not be the seal of prophets. That's why we have people like, we had Baha'is, we had the Bab, thinking he was some, leader or something. We had Ahmad Mirza thinking, believing, he had evidence that he was. We have people like that. So this may not be a seal of prophets, as the Quran ayat says about this prophet. So this Prophet Muhammad that we have taken and say that his proof is there, because not only because of the Quran, but because Ali, Fatima, Hassan, Hussein, thereafter the Imams, 12 Imams, thereafter the Ismaili Imams, and all this we have. That may not be the case here. Because if you take some of the Quran ayats, violent ones, you will see that they suffered. The polytheists were killed unjustly to such an extent. He would not have them in Makkah. He wanted to clear them out of Makkah. That maybe even the Treaty of Hudaybiyah, the pact was not broken. When he says, when his Allah says, they do not even honor ties. That's not true. You have people, you have Muslims, you have ayat saying to the Muslims, believers, Muslim believers, that you should not have affection for those, your parents, your father, your brother, your all this. If they choose disbelief from belief, they do not honor ties, these pagan Arabs, yeah? They do not honor ties. It's in Surah Tawbah. Can you imagine these people's patience, where Abu Sufyan had to see his people being killed if they do not accept Islam? Then they are your brothers in religion. This means that if you fulfill those conditions, the conditions of being a Muslim, oh God, I can't find that verse against the polytheists. They do not even honor ties. They do not honor the bonds of kinship or treaties with the believers. Oh, it's the 10th ayat of Surah Tawbah. It is you Muslims, believers, who are told not to honor ties if the person, your father even, chooses disbelief from belief. You see this? Okay, here it says that the polytheists don't even honor ties, kinship. Now tell me, will you Shias look at something? Will you look at what Habiba, Ramla, Abu Sufyan's daughter, Prophet Muhammad's wife, then told her father? Would you consider that or not? Would you consider what she said and look at Surah Tawbah ayat? Who is now to honor ties? For God's sakes, there are people suffering, dying. Have you been to the Kachi Abadis in Karachi? Helping the poor. Sunni Muslims fighting, bomb blasts happening. So much so when I was there, in the Imam Bargahs, in our Juluses, Shia processions, and there are some Indians, there's a director of the movie, Indian movie, Mahesh Bhatt, was saying, we don't know what's happening. He came to give a tribute. I saw his video on YouTube. We don't know who's doing this. Muslims cannot do this. We don't know who's doing this. Muslims can never do this. But Muslims can do one thing. Tell the Shias they are they're kafirs. But who's doing this, we don't know. Mahesh Bhatt ji, right? Who's doing this? We don't know. Respecting no tie and no protective obligation with regard to a believer. When Abu Sufyan is going from post to pillar, this is in the Umayyad. Okay, it's in the Umayyad tafsirs and hadiths and all that, right? Don't respect ties. Surah Mujadila 22 ayat. You see, M16 has stopped answering. Okay, doesn't matter now. You're not very helpful, but thank you for, these compliments that you're giving me. They're not backed by any your religion, Shia Sunni religion, any sect, any school of thought. So patience of Ahlul Bayt, I will come to that. Slowly I'm building up. You will not find the people who believe in Allah and the last day having affection for those who oppose Allah. Now how do they oppose Allah? Please see, don't go to your tafsirs right now. Don't jump to how do they oppose Allah and His Messenger right now. If you may, keep patience with me here. Even if they were their fathers or their sons or their brothers or their kindred. Those He has decreed within their hearts faith and supported them with spirit from Him. Now tell me, where are you going to, Muslims? Honor ties. Surah Tawbah 10 against the polytheists. Would you honor ties? If they oppose Allah and His Messenger, do not believe in Allah and the last day, and for those who oppose Allah and His Messenger, so if Prophet Muhammad, finally he got to break the idols, conquest of Makkah, you have read the history? I have read the history now. Finally he got to break the idols. So this is why maybe the polytheists from the very beginning had to expel him. Because he was saying things against their idols, and their ayats filled against idol worshippers. And it is an unforgivable sin if you have partners with Allah. Any association with Allah of anyone is shirk, is polytheism. First of all, who is not accepting the other religion, tolerance? Prophet Muhammad and his Allah. How you subdued, also look at that ayat, how you've subdued Ahle Kitab. Fight them until they pay the jizya willingly or willingly? Wrong, unwillingly. Right? It cannot be willingly. They're subdued. Now Yazid's mother, Muawiyah, had married a Christian. She must have seen the Christians being subdued. And when you subdue a person, Inna Allah masabirin. None. Those who were killed, polytheists, where are their names? Even. Give us the shajara, give us the names. Why Huwei's name is there? Perhaps because he married Jawaria. That's why these tribes' names have come. And their chiefs' names have come. The rest Muhammad killed, Allah told him to kill. Where are their names? Erased from history. Abu Sufyan saw all that. And we say when I was a Shia, that the polytheists and these people, the hypocrites, enemies of Allah, Islam, they wanted to erase the name of Muhammad and all this. And Aale Muhammad. Where are those polytheists' names? Who were killed, who wouldn't become Muslims. Abu Sufyan's name is there because he embraced Islam. You are now told not to honor ties. Only honor ties when you're amongst your Muslims, not ghair Muslims, not non-Muslims. How do you people judge? Surah An-Nisa, how do you judge? Ayat to you. How are you judging? Again, Surah Tawbah ayat. And I will even go to the Jews, Surah Azab ayat 60 to 61. For God's sakes. Even taken their property, all there. For God's sakes, right? Jizya. You can read Mubaila again. Doesn't seem like the history is true. Fight against those who do not believe in Allah or in the last day. Fight against those who do not believe in Allah or in the last day and do not consider unlawful what Allah and His Messenger have made unlawful. Actually, he failed in Surah Tahrim, we are told. He made unlawful what Allah had made lawful for him. But here there's more, this part, and who do not adopt the religion of truth. Fight them. Right? From those who were given the scripture now. Polytheists, gone cases. From those who were given scripture until they give the jizya. Willingly, it's not willingly, it's unwillingly. While they are humbled. Your Allah doesn't even know that when you're fighting someone to make them, force them to pay something or do something and pay the jizya, it cannot be a willing paying while they are humbled. So all these detailed things that Imam Ali was leached and brought forcefully to accept Umar bin Khattab or Abu Bakr's caliphate and all this. How do you know they were not leashed? How many times does it say seize them? Wherever you find them, capture them. Surah Muhammad ayat, shall I show you? Or shall I go straight to Surah Azab ayat? But look at this, humbled, subdued. What does saghirun mean? Subdued. If this was a true religion and you're crying on the oppressed grandson of Prophet Muhammad or the daughter of Prophet Muhammad, first cry on the Jaweria then. Cry on Safiya. Cry on Rehana, the slave Jewish girl. Why not them? For you, he is the true prophet, not for them, he wasn't. He told them to become Muslims after having done things to their tribes, killing, how he killed Huwait, Safiya's father. The whole tribe was finished in one day. Safiya was left. Did she have a choice? Wasn't she subdued? Rehana went back. Jaweria had to save. He said, become a Muslim to her. I will let your people go free. Her father was there. Her husband was killed. And you're just going to take the Muslim history as it comes from your Muslims, Islamic sources. No, we have to do research where it's coming from a hypocrite. It's coming from a liar. What if it's coming from a liar? It's coming from a false prophet. It's coming from a hypocrite. First and foremost, this is the way to do research. Not reaching a conclusion and then doing the research. That's not any way. In the world, that's not the way. In any time, that's not the way to do research. And when you see ayats like this, crying at Bibi Zainab gave her 2 sons and she was subdued, humbled. They were humble, subdued. How many gave her their sons? How old they were? Bani Qurayza tribe, they have to, what? The thing was tested? The boys who had reached puberty, they would be stripped naked. But you disregard that history. I don't know why. Attempted assassination. Surah Hashar ayat. Morale broken. You know when you break a house, how many houses are broken? They went into their, sometimes they say they were fortresses. Here, what is this? Bait or fortress? Let's see. Fortresses were broken, you would say, right? Here you would say they were hiding in the fortresses. Allah cast terror into their hearts. Here you would say Prophet Muhammad should not have done hijrah, left Yathrib. So they destroyed their houses by their own hands and the hands of the believers. So take warning, O people of vision. Okay, what is this? Yeah, it's houses. Buyutahum. Sometimes you say they were hiding in the fortresses, strongholds. You know, children, women in their houses, elderly people. And then in Surah Nisa, and even cut down trees. I mean, how subdued could they be? If I, as a Shia, in my depression, if I went and helped a person, let's say, go to that Kachi Abadi, I would not be able to, I would come back depressed at home. I didn't have the heart anymore to give anything anymore. I was so depressed. I couldn't help anyone. Depression would come over me. Restlessness of one of a kind. You don't want to see. Alone in my room. Oh God, when will it go? When will it go? I can't take it. Tossing and turning. Okay, I'm just not very prepared for this. I wanted to because it'll be too late then. Timings are messed up during the month of Ramadan. So sorry, I apologize. You just have to wait for a while. You get up to get something. Just take a moment. And please, I'm not doing this because signs are coming that I'm this, Radharani or something. No, 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 not at all. You don't know what's happening inside of me, you know? A Shia man, I mean, I'm drinking my tea and he's saying, yeah, Ali or something. Because of this listening and supporting. Andromeda Palazzolo, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm not going to bring my childhood things out in detail here. Oh, thank you. And Andromeda, you are here. Please share sparingly. Wherever you can. This is just for justice's sake, truth's sake. If Allah had not decreed banishment for them, we would have certainly chastised. So where was the cutting of trees? That is because they opposed Allah and His Messenger. It doesn't say in detail that they attempted assassination here. The Quran doesn't give details. Quran only, people. You are missing out, and then you will. Yes, God bless. Speed, indeed. Goddess. No, I'm not a goddess, please. That day I was. I'm after all a human being. I'm not a goddess. Yes, I said I'm Radha Rani, but that's my personal thing. And being a goddess doesn't, spare me from feeling what human beings feel. Right, Andromeda? That's my personal thing. Yes, I know. Okay? It's not for any, just because that time I was very, very angry, upset, I had to say it. Otherwise, I told you, you don't have to believe in what I'm saying. Today I came back very tired. I had to go out for a little while, get my grocery and all this and check something, mic and all. So, I came back thinking, oh my God, I mean, seeing a car that is expensive, and I came up back like, India, it hurts me like hell. So I started to search social workers in India. So since Andromeda is here, like who, is there a god? I haven't done anything for India. So social workers in India. There are women, some women who have done. Vinoba Bhav, Baba Amte, and there's this article about 5 social workers of India, Vedantu.com, category Indian social workers, NAPSWI, social workers association, importance, and women also, women also. So more than gurus, I don't know, maybe as many as there are gurus, if we would have these social workers, I'm just meaning the one true source, God, Goddess, will orchestrate everything in perfect timing. Andromeda, I'm sorry, I really, their perfect timing, I don't know. 10 women, social reformers who fought to bring change in India. We need more. We need more Indian women. We need social workers, more social workers in India, in Pakistan, in Africa. I cannot wait. I'm sorry. Andromeda, I cannot wait for that perfect timing. And I have to apologize to Indians. Wherever there's human rights violations, wherever there's zulm, I apologize. I was not there to help. I could not help out. Wherever there's suffering, I apologize. I could not be there. Heartfelt apologies, condolences. No, the time is now. Andromeda, the time for the it's high time. It's high time. Yourstory.com. 10 women, social reformers who fought to bring change in India. We need more. In India, in Pakistan, we need more. I can't wait. It's high time. So thank you for mentioning this so that, I would remember to mention this. We need my side of it. We need time. We don't need time now. The perfect time. I hear your lighter. Do you smoke? Yes, I smoke. Andromeda Palazzolo, yeah. Yes, sorry, yeah. India, I'm sorry. I could not. Really sorry. So, haven't you heard my lighter that day also? That you're bringing it out here? The first time you came live stream. India, I'm sorry. I could not help. My love to you people. But is love enough? Is love enough? We are in sync. I just lit up herbs. You lit up herbs, but I lit up my smoke. No, I never heard it. Oh, okay, you didn't hear it that time. Well, now you heard it. I smoke every time. Uh-huh. Thank you for your love. Andromeda says, I love you. Thank you so much for your love, Andromeda. Love God and love me. First and foremost. Thank you for accepting love. Yes, it's been hard for me to accept people's love when I'm an apostate. And even when I was a Shia, it was difficult. Because we're not supposed to love the unloving, the non-Muslims, it seems now. Very clear. We need more social workers. Where are you? As many as there are gurus. I say if there are millions of gurus in India, let there be millions of social workers in India. The season of giving is now, Khalil Gibran says. Give. Yes? Andromeda says yes. The season of giving is now. Give. Real help for the people. Yes, yes, yes. Real help for the people. Oh, spiritual, I say both, all. Oh my God, if I didn't have money right now and this place, I don't know what would have happened to me. There are exploiters. You know how these Muslim men come here? It just it's broken my heart to pieces again and again. I wish I didn't have a heart. It just makes me feel so terrible, so terrible. That's why, sorry, I cannot have patience with such Muslim men. My shoulders are hurting, my everything, body at times. Every fiber is pulled. You know, there's this lady, a social worker. They wouldn't give her food, water for 500 weeks, if you read this article. And yet, every time she wants to commit suicide, she doesn't want to have any food. My goodness. And here I am in my neurosis, stocking up food and this and that. I feel so guilty. If something is not put right in some position or it's not clean, I close the lights now. I don't want to see it. I sit in the dark. I can't clean. I don't have the energy to clean. I sit in the dark. Or if something is, not in its right place, makes me upside down for that. Don't know what's happened to me. Such psychological problems. So this, and I tell you, when I was a Shia, it happened to me. When I lost my teacher, I loved, adored. Well, no, I don't fast. Andromeda. Please, I'm an ex-Muslim. Why should I fast? I can't fast. I'm not well. Also that. If, they said that this interval, what do you call it? Fasting in intervals is very healthy. I couldn't do that. Sorry, I cannot fast. Even interval fasting for my health would be great. Get it? I can't. I feel possessed, something inside of me. All the time I feel tired. Have you ever considered chronic fatigue syndrome? Do you know that chronic fatigue syndrome exists? Do you know anything about chronic fatigue? Meda. Okay, so here we have Hashar ayats. Cutting down of trees. Here, fifth ayat. Whatever you have cut down of the palm trees or left standing on their trunks, it was by permission of Allah. He uses Allah in His permission. But it wasn't by Allah's permission. I had chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia. Yeah, same year I feel I also have, but chronic fatigue is different from fibromyalgia. Andromeda. Rheumatoid arthritis. Must be really painful, very painful. Little bit it hurts like hell. And people could be, they would say that she's exaggerating. God showed me to heal. You're very lucky. God hasn't showed me to heal. That. So you healed, huh? God showed you, and so you healed. Wow. God showed me how to heal. Oh, really? How? Would you like to share that healing that God showed you here? I was bedridden for years. Bedridden. Completely. Who was there to take care of you? This was over 20 years ago. And for how many years were you bedridden with this? Whatever you have cut down of the palm trees or left standing on their trunks, it was by permission of Allah, and so He would disgrace the defiantly disobedient. This was over 20 years ago. Yes, we join in prayers now. Oh, okay. Thank you. Much grateful. My mother. Oh, your mother was helping you. My mother was not well either. 4 years bedridden. And your mother was helping you. That's great. So you see, by the permission of Allah, you cut down trees. But Prophet Muhammad couldn't wait for the permission of Allah when he forbid himself what Allah had made lawful for him, seeking to please his wife. Surah Tahrim, Ayat 1. Mother. If a mother is well and strong, then I think the children, become strong and very healthy for the children. So you were lucky that your mother took care of you and looked after you for 4 years. I'm really sorry to hear this, but now very happy for you that God showed you how to heal. If you like, you can share the prayers and how to heal, how God showed you here. While I do this, also at the same time, I'll be reading out what you've shared here. I hope you don't mind. So You see, Allah, by Allah's permission, you even cut down trees. Now go to Surah Baqarah 204 and 205, where the progenies are killed and or animals, they say. Translations differ about that in that ayat, Surah Baqarah ayat 204 and, or 205. And crops are destroyed. Crops are destroyed. So it would have been better for, if this was the true messenger, for this messenger to leave Yathrib because it's not his birthplace. And those polytheists who had to expel him must have expelled him on justified grounds. Because then you see in the conquest of Makkah, he finally, first of all in Surah Tawbah, we see how he's killed polytheists, although given them time and all, but they would be killed if they remained there as polytheists. And then even the neighbors around you, you go fighting them. Right? Even the neighbors around you. Where shall I take you? Why do you not see it? Even the neighbors around you, fight the neighbors. Fight those living around you. The height of these people's patience during Muhammad's time must have been to no end. Oh, yes, and my mother and I would read Psalm 51 together and just rest in love and faith. Okay, I see Psalm 51. Oh, okay. So now you're cured, mashallah. That's really great. Oh, sorry, I'm not a Muslim, but it just, you know, comes out like that. Very good. You're very lucky. But I'm not a Christian. But I did a Christian friend of mine and his wife, my friend Jude, they came over and they helped me. One of the wives, my Christian friend's wife, one, he only has one, and because they're only allowed to have one. So she helped me read the Bible, some verse, that I would be delivered from exorcism. Then she said she saw some man outside, like he was bald. She described the man outside the window of my other house room where they were living. But I was not exorcised. And she said she had very strong feelings and she could feel the negative energy in our house in Karachi. Fight against so she had given me the psalm, or some Bible verse to read to exercise me. Until she was there, she was helping me read it out loud. But it didn't help, unfortunately. Fight against the unbelievers who live around you and let them find in you sternness. Right? 1, 2, 3 of Surah Tawbah. Wow. Yeah, it wasn't wow because, this wife, although of my brother and friend, Christian friend, although she tried to help me, but it didn't work. So, it didn't work. Fight against the unbelievers who live around you. 123 Quran.com. Better go inside. Now, what translations, what meanings you bring out of this? Who fight those who are close to you, of the disbelievers, girded, yalunakum, girdled around you, and God knows, O you who believe, who girdle around you. I mean, there are some people, disbelievers, who, although you've killed the polytheists, Surah Tawbah, you've conquered Makkah. But now you're saying there are these enemies of Islam, disbelievers, who have girdled around you. Nor should the believers all go forth together. If a contingent from every expedition remain behind, they could devote themselves to studies in religion. You believers have this privilege, and admonish the people when they return to them, that thus they may learn to guard themselves against evil. Then 1, 2, 3, O you who have believed, fight against those adjacent to you of the disbelievers, and let them find in you harshness. Oh. This is the height, because there are these Muslims who have no fear. They only have fear of this Allah. Or even Allah fear, I don't think so. I think they're holding on to this religion for their own emotional security. And look at the different translations. O you believe, fight the unbelievers who gird you about. You know what gird you about means. So Muslims, when you change the words and translations, and meanings, to show that no, you are not the aggressor, but they have girded around you, girded. Meaning, you are just emotional for your emotional security. You never even thought of the polytheist's emotional security. You don't think of the Ahle Kitab emotional security. Jews and Christians encircle with a belt or band. Prepare oneself for some difficult or challenging. They've been prepared, so they're with, some in a situation, to encircle or bind with a flexible band, to make something such as a sword, clothing, or a sword. So you say that word is girded. That word is like they are girdled around you. Meaning, shouldn't they be? For their own self-defense. They shouldn't be girdled around you, seeing you killing those polytheists when the leader has gone pillar to post to Medina, apologizing, and Muhammad did not accept his apologies. Now you fight these who are in a defensive mode around you, living around you. Right? And bind them. Surah Muhammad. Ayat. It shows you that they were the aggressive, but no. Look closely, examine these verses closely. So when you meet those who disbelieve in battle, in brackets, later on, I know what you would say. Muslims, until the war lays down its burden, right? No, but listen, here, look, see. So when you meet those who disbelieve, strike their necks until when you have inflicted slaughter upon them, then secure the, after you have struck their necks, for God's sakes, which Allah will tell you to do this. Imagine your father. After you have struck their necks, then bind them. Badan, after you have struck their necks. After you have inflicted, some say slaughter. Thank goodness for this translation. Next, until you have crushed them. When you meet the unbelievers, okay, in battle, okay, but I don't believe it's like they are the aggressors or they have given you a battle. When you meet the unbelievers, because you want to fight them, smite their necks until you have crushed them. Very good. Abul Ala Maududi too. Translation. You see this? Abul Ala Maududi too. Smite their necks until you have crushed them. Allah, 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 Muslims, Shias crying so much for Imam Hussein. गिर रहा है, घोड़े से गिर रहा है. From the horse he has fallen. तीरों के मुसल्ले पर वो सजदा है शुक्राना. अरे इनका सजदा देखें, इनका सजदा देखें. ये तो सजदा भी नहीं कर सकते हैं. फौरन इनको बाइंड करें. Immediately bind them. After you have given, you have hit on their neck. This is not Yazid's army. Oh my goodness. इनका सब्र देखें. शायद कोई बीबी खैमे में, शायद कोई घर पे कोई खैमा इन द टेंट, किसी बीबी की, किसी का फादर गिर रहा है घोड़े से. तड़प रही है वो बीबी तड़प रही है. Immediately then bind your captives firmly. These, or those, even these, that you have struck on their necks and crushed them, then bind your captives. What is it saying? Then secure their bonds. Here you've killed them. Sorry, I got it wrong. When you have inflicted slaughter upon them, then secure their bonds. Take them captive, their captives, and secure them. Chains, enchain them. Bind them with ropes or chains or whatever you like. इमाम सज्जाद के लिए आप रो रहे हैं, बीबियों के लिए रो रहे हैं. You're crying. Let's see. You see, I read this. I don't listen to you. I will go. Did I not go to the conquest of Makkah? Did I not go to the Hudaybiyah treaty? Time will come, I will go. But should I go there now, looking at this? Footnote, where is it? Take those remaining as captives. So no, your Prophet Muhammad is not completely peace loving, that he didn't take captives. He's taken captives. And if I may be wrong, that those you struck on the necks until you inflicted slaughter upon them, then secure bonds, and either confer favor afterwards or ransom them until the war lays down its burdens. Now what you do is then you take from among them captives. But how you take captives? You bind them. रस्सियों में है जकरा, बीमार बे करबला को रस्सियों में है जकरा, बीमार करबला को. तो इधर भी they could have used ropes or chains, enchained them. So if you say, I didn't get this right in the beginning, एक एक डिटेल आप देखें ना, ये कौन से लोग हैं, कहाँ के हैं. मैंने तो गलत कहा, मैंने तो बिल्कुल ही गलत कहा. चलें, इनको तो आपने, you can strike them on their necks until you have inflicted slaughter upon them, then secure bonds. Okay, then take captives. So captives to liya na, you took captives. मैं तो गलती कर सकती हूँ, इतना ज़्यादा मैंने कोई गलती नहीं की है. I can make mistakes, but such a mistake that I say that if I make such a mistake and do injustice to Prophet Muhammad and his Aale, then I take you, here I've made a mistake, right? Thinking that you slaughter them and then you bind them. Okay, then I take you here also. Please tell me, have I made a mistake here? 33, Surah Azab, ayat 60 and 61. इधर भी गलती कर दी है, देखो. Let me see if I've made a mistake here too. If the hypocrites and those in whose hearts is disease, and those who spread rumors in Al-Madinah do not cease, we will surely incite you against them. Then they will not remain your neighbors therein, except for a while. Not even remain your neighbors. It's in Medina. Did you own Medina? Okay. Accursed, wherever they are found, seized and massacred completely. The Quran ayat says, hypocrites, those in whose hearts is a hypocrites, and those in whose hearts is a disease, and those who stir up sedition in the city, desist not. If they do not stop, do you know any reformatory way? But why couldn't you have a reformatory, a discussion with these people? Because you would say, hypocrites never learn, right? What if I prove to you that he's the hypocrite who never learns, and his evil progeny, because is a hypocrite who will never learn? It is useless to have a discussion with his evil hypocritical progeny. And the other thing is that if there can be no discussion now with his evil progeny, would I don't even have anyone, but if I was a leader there, if I was Huwayb ibn Akhtab, What would I do? I would expel Prophet Muhammad and his Muslims out of my land. Just leave. And I will show you Surah Azab, the same surah verses where he has taken an adopted son according to the pagan custom. Would you believe him? And Allah comes to change the law while your own prophet is practicing the same law, the politics, the same law that Allah came to abolish. The same pagan law, saying now you've made a mistake, don't do it again, right? But your own prophet has made a mistake. Husainio, come on Husainis. I appeal to your hearts, where are you? Where have you gone to? You see, I see where you've gone to. That's why I'm here. I'm wanting to help you. The greatest hypocrite of his time. To have no choice but to say, leave us alone. Please leave our land. Please leave Yathrib. Because I have to expose him to be a false prophet. Okay, you get it? How many times am I going to go through this? And now for those who have been, this ayat, accursed wherever they are found, being seized and massacred completely. Only those, because they are stirring up sedition against whom? Ask yourselves, against what? Against whom? The prophet who calls himself a prophet, and that these ayats are coming on him. Surah Tahrim ayat breaks the law of God. But you say, oh, Allah said, no. He didn't break any, he did. Allah has protected him. And he, in Surah, he adopts a son according to the pagan, doesn't wait for Allah's revelation to come. And you're taking him as a true prophet. For goodness sakes, who in their right mind would be doing this? Tell me. Who in their right mind? And why? How can you be so deceived that you can't see? I am shocked. And then this is against the hypocrites, and whose hearts is that they say, see who stir up sedition in the city, against whom? Prophet Muhammad. And the city is not Prophet Muhammad's. We also had the discussion with him. But he was blamed for not seeing. They believed in him as the prophet. They took him as the prophet. No, they didn't. Even the Christians of Najran did not take him as a true prophet. And if there is a Muhammad in the Torah or in their it's not this Muhammad. You cannot connect it with this Muhammad. Maybe, you see the Jewish people, chiefs, 12 Moseses, they had these imams. And for us, he has copied it. It's from the Jews. It's not from Shia. It's not originally Shia. Huwei could have been a chief imam. 12 tribes. 12 tribes of Israel, Quranite. From Moses' times. Collectively, the Quran refers to the descendants of these 12 tribes as the children of Israel. Israel. Ayats. What is this? Note. Okay, note. Al-Baqarah. Surah Baqarah. Ayat 60 to 61. Surah Araf, ayat 160. We divided them into 12 tribes, nations, ummati, ummatan. And we inspired Moses when his people asked him for water, saying, smite with thy staff the rock, and there gush forth water, springs, streams. And we divided them into 12 descendant tribes, nations, right? Let's see the Quran word, Arabic, ayat, tribes, asbahat, done. Ummaman,
أمما
umaman, ummatan meaning nations, ummaman. And we inspire. What is this? A nation means ummatan, but these ummaman, mother of nations, or what? Ummi, not father of nations, but mother of nations. Could you say that? And we inspired to Musa when asked him for water, his people, that strike with your staff the stone, then gush forth from it 2 and 10. Ashratan. Ashrata. 12 meaning springs. Certainly knew each people their drinking place. Now there have been tribes are coming up, leaders of the tribes are being set, shaded with clouds, and we sent down upon them the manna and the quails, and we have provided, but they were doing wrong to themselves. But where are the 12 chiefs? Let's see. Surah Baqarah, and Surah Baqarah at 60. And recall when Moses prayed for water for his people, and we replied, strike the rock with your staff, and thus gushed 12 springs, and each tribe knew its drinking place. Each tribe knew its drinking place. But there was, and do not, Allah said, do not spread, and do not commit abuse on the earth, spreading corruption. 61. And recall when you said, O Moses, we can never endure one kind of food. Would you exchange better? Okay, this against signs of Allah killed the prophets without right. Oh goodness, who killed the prophets without? Jews killed their own prophets without right? I don't think so. Indeed, those who believed and those who were Jews or Christians or Sabians before Prophet Muhammad, meaning those among them who believed in Allah and the last day and did righteousness, will have their reward with their Lord. No. Okay, sorry, I don't mean no in that. I mean this verse I don't need to read out. What I need to read out is 12. Let's see if 12 chiefs of tribe, chieftains, chiefs come out. 12 chiefs of 12 tribes. In the Quran ayat, let me see. Moses' time. I will just put Moses here. We need to see that Muhammad has snatched away. So God, yes, here, Surah Araf verse is the only verse Surah Maida, Moses sent 12 heads of Israel to spy out Palestine. There's a tafsir on Surah Maida, it's 20 to 26. Maybe I'll have to go through this because I'm also searching for it. The essence of the story is that Moses sent 12 heads of Israel to spy out Palestine. They returned after 40 days and said, "We came to the land." You see? Here Wikipedia then states, the Quran states that the people of Moses were split into 12 tribes, and they had, the chiefs of the Israelites were 12 persons. The ministers of Moses and the custodians of the 12 tribes were from among them. Thank goodness for this Shia website, section 3, an enlightening commentary into the light of the Holy Quran, volume 4. You see, these could be the imams. And certainly Allah made a covenant with the children of Israel, and we raised among them 12 chieftains. This is the ayat I was looking for. Surah Maida ayat 12. Surah Maida ayat 12. I feel like crying. Thank you, God. Thank you so much. Verily I am with you, Allah said. If you keep up prayer, pay the poor rate, and believe in my messengers, and assist them, and lend Allah a kindly loan. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Kaab, Kaab. Bani Kureza, Bani Nadir, Matam. So I'll take a break. Thank you, Adramida. Thank you for telling me about Psalm 51. I will have a look at that. Thank you, M16. Hope you next time answer me. You see this, haq inka china hai. Snatched away the rights of Israelites in Arabia also. Oh, now Prophet Muhammad is saying that the vicegerents after me are 12, they the Israelites. But it is narrated from the Messenger of Allah who in a tradition said, the vicegerents after me are 12, they the Israelites. Sorry, I'm not, maybe I'm having some, they the Israelites meaning? The attempt of the opponents of Ahle Bayt is in vain. Okay, my blood is now boiling to a very high voltage degree. That's it. I had enough. Okay, so if you're testing my patience against Ahle Bayt, I will be Ahle Bayt's patience in Karbala, Prophet's daughter's patience. Think of Huwai's daughter. Now I'm bringing you to the patience who was expelled from their city, to the patience of the Jews and the polytheists unnamed, those polytheists who were killed, their names are not written in history. Their idols broken, conquest of Makkah. Abu Sufyan sees all this, can't do anything. the Sabr of Abu Sufyan. He was the leader of the politics, one of the leaders there. The patience of Abu Sufyan. So I'm not eloquent and I haven't done justice. Consider them. Any other ayat I can show you? Surah Tawbah ayats? Seize them, wait in ambush for them just because they broke the treaty? One of the tribes? Seizing them. And when you have conquered their lands, when you have conquered a great deal, conquered, then take captives. Then take captives. Then take captives. Sorry, am I covering my mic here? I mean the Quran ayat. Where is it? If I can find it, I'll leave you with this now. When you meet the unbeliever, Surah Anfal, tell the captives in your custody, if Allah finds goodness in your hearts, He will give you better than what has been taken from you, and forgive you. Take them as captives when they are defeated. Then you may set them free as a favor to them, with or without a ransom, when the battle is over. Yeah, this also is there. Surah Anfal, ayat 67. It is not fit for the Prophet, this one. Also, look at this one. It is not fit for the Prophet to take captives until he has established himself in the land. You think this is really good? Yeah. Oh, हक पे है, हक पे है ये. ये बहुत हक पे है. It does not behove a prophet to keep captives unless he has battled strenuously on earth. You may desire the fleeting gains of this world, but God desires for you the good of the life to come. And God is always goodness. Again, this kind of reasoning really not is for a prophet that there should be for him prisoners of war until there will be, don't worry, until he has battled strenuously in the land. How much has he finished the strength? How much strength? What is their morale now? What is their strength now? Can you hear a sigh from them? जब तड़पने की भी ताकत ना रही. Now where? Now, strenuously in the land, then you take prisoners of war. Oh, you don't know. You can't see it. You can only see Ahlul Bayt's patience in Karbala. The women folk and the children. That's all you can see. As if they didn't have any children, any women. Now, what are they supposed to be, their women and children? Slave girls. That's okay. But Bibi Zainab, being the Aale Muhammad, that's why Yazid's army did not touch her, only snatched away the chadar. My goodness. But Safiya bint Huway, being a relative of Moses and Harun, her father killed from her father's side or mother's side. And she's been taken by Prophet Muhammad, and Prophet Muhammad married her. That's okay. Even Yazid didn't do what Prophet Muhammad did to Safiya bint Huyay. Do you get it or you don't get it? Shias. Okay, thank you. I will continue later. Thank you so much. God bless you all. And you see, and do just so that we can do justice. Put justice in its proper place, and you know, see, please, for many reasons justifiable for truth, for every justice, and leave behind your emotional securities and all this. Excuse me, right? Because I have too, and not because of that. Even when it is hurting. Oh my goodness, what this man has done. Until, you know what this means? What this ayat means? Don't get fooled by those other ayats. This Surah Anfal ayat 67. Oh my goodness. The women, children, and the strenuously as a, what? Take them as captives when they are defeated, then you may set them free as a favor to them. Are you kidding me? You are putting captives in his hands, and that you may set them free as a favor to them with or without a ransom. Are you kidding me? Okay, sorry, but I now. So when you meet those who disbelieve in battle, strike their necks until when you have inflicted slaughter upon them. Then secure. This is the same Surah Muhammad ayat 4. Right? And either confer favor afterwards or ransom them until the war lays down its burdens. So, grace, afterwards, either grace or ransom. Set them free out of generosity or ransom. Okay, tell me if Prophet Muhammad, how did Jawaria, when did he set her tribesmen and her father free? Huh? Not for free. Not for free. What did he do? What did he ask Jawaria for? So, please, this would be kidding, and this would not be that honor to this lady who had to become a Muslim. You don't ask a lady to become a Muslim at a time where you finished her other tribe and you've taken a father and other tribesmen captive. You don't do that. You don't ask her to convert to Islam. Would you? Would you like it? Jawaria bint Harith. खड़ी है बाहर, standing outside now. Muhammad is in, where did I read this? I can't find it. Muhammad, the Prophet Muhammad is now in the house of Aisha. And she was maybe not in Wikipedia, some other place. Details about Jawaria. She went in the hands of, please, is she, You know, in whose hands she fell, this chieftain's daughter? My goodness. So, how have you Shias considered taking history like this without considering Javeria's case? Fallen into the hands of Thabit. What was his name? As a slave girl. Thabit bin Qais ibn al-Shamas. Have some for others who may look like they are your adversaries, but they are not. They are not your enemies. And from nowhere was I a Jew. I'm just doing this for justice's sake, right? From nowhere, what I have found here for humanity, for justice, for past, anywhere, wherever there has been oppression, hypocrisy, exposing that. Okay, thank you very much. At this, I end and we'll come back to continue.